You know, it seems like we've all heard war stories about high conflict divorce cases, and joining us to discuss exactly that topic is attorney Kim Hamill Maxwell of Older Lundy, who is also a board certified in marital and family law. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. In this case, like I mentioned, you know, everybody has heard at some point high conflict divorce, but what is it? Can you tell me, describe exactly what we're talking about here, attorney?
Sure. So under Florida law, we actually don't have a set of factors that designates a case as high conflict or not high conflict. However, over time, we see reoccurring issues that yield some pretty significant conflict in family law cases. And those are typically cases involving substance use or addiction, substantial mental health issues of the parents or potentially even a child. And unfortunately, sometimes we have incidents of domestic violence either between the parents or in the family household. And obviously, when we have the presence of those facts or issues and cases, we can have quite a bit of conflict.
At the end of the day, we want people to solve this in the most easy, amicably, right?
Right.
How do you navigate with these high conflict cases with your clients?
Well, in Tampa Bay, we actually have a great community of professionals that we utilize, and some of those include guardian ad litems. They can speak with the children. They often go to the parents' homes, and they can provide to the court a lot of information that we might not otherwise be able to provide. Also, we use parent coordinators, and they help our clients develop co-parenting skills. And with the development of those skills, you would hope that some of the conflict between the parents is resolved. And finally, from a clinical perspective, we can utilize psychologists. So if there are mental health issues or potentially the domestic violence issues I mentioned, we can do clinical evaluations with psychologists that help to provide that perspective to the court, which can be truly invaluable.
And all these programs are available out there with the courts, but we recommend always hiring a lawyer to navigate that process. Why is that?
It's because the process, especially in high conflict cases, can be very complicated. And oftentimes you only are able to resolve this case once. You only sort of have one shot at it. And so it's important that you have the right counsel and the right advice to make sure that you get a resolution that's best for you, best for your family, and most importantly, best for your children.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, we want to keep that family unit, even if it's, something that we got to share, right?
Right.
Talking about traditional cases versus high conflict cases and divorce right now, family court, what is really a traditional divorce case to you?
So it's funny because we get this question frequently, and there's always some boxes that we have to check in order to get the case from start to finish. The court requires us to do certain things. But when it comes to bringing the matter to conclusion, A to Z, there's probably 15 or 20 or 50 even different ways with a certain set of facts that we can accomplish that goal. So there really isn't a traditional case. Every case is unique and every family is unique, and that's why we really, as a firm, we tailor our approach and our strategy in every case a little bit differently. And we do that because especially if there's children involved or there's high conflict, we really want to make sure that we minimize the conflict and the long-term effects that the divorce or custody proceeding can have on the children.
Absolutely.
That's truly at the forefront of our minds as a firm.
If there's one thing you can recommend viewers at home to do if they're going through a high conflict case right now, what can they do specifically to help ease out the entire process?
Well, if you don't have counsel, I would definitely say that even if you go and get a consultation, that's truly probably the most helpful resource that you have right now. And then utilize those mental health professionals as much as possible, either for your children or for yourself, and make sure that you're getting the assistance needed in that conflict.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and providing all that valuable information right now for all the families right here in Tampa Bay. If you would like to speak to attorney Kim Hamill Maxwell of the Law Office of Older Lundy, you have all the information on your screen, 813-254-8998.